Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio for the final match of the evening. I'm here one last time with Brett Thomas and we're about to watch Waffles go up against Templis CALSF. Templis here, they've brought the triple Loki double Sleipnir rush setup, so they're going to be trying to use those Lokis to make sure things don't get away from them, but I don't think Waffles had any chance of that to begin with. Why don't you tell us what they've brought here, BTT?
Waffles have gone with a Damnation Sacrilege Armor Core. They've gone with double Damnation for that heavy top-end heavy missiles. They've gone Sacrileges with a Navy Org and then Confessor in the lows for the maximum amount of damage here. So I think both teams may possibly be rushing in since they both warped in at 10.
Yeah, I think Waffles does have a potential advantage here, though. We've seen this matchup a couple of times, and it looks like the armor ships always seem to come out ahead just because of the raw EHP they have. But look, both sides' defense bars are literally off the sides of the screens with how much EHP they're bringing. This is going to be a bloodbath, but it's going to be a slow bloodbath.
Yeah, they're webbing down Sleipnirs of Orkney and Orini in the Loki. So it looks like they're probably going to go for one of these shield ships. We are seeing damage on Orenai in the Loki, and we're also seeing damage on Tom Enkart in the Organ Navy. But have we seen previously, the Organ Navies are really tanky cruisers.
And you know what else we're seeing from these jackdaws? We're seeing missile guidance disruptors being brought as part of the utility mids on these light missile jackdaws so that they can probably take out SNIs. That's probably what it's planned for, but it's doing work here. It's stopping these damnations from projecting much DPS back onto them. You can see though, Aura Rorqual, he's finally taking some DPS, but he's not going down that quickly at all. Tom Alakar is going to fall way before he even runs out of XLASB charges.
Yeah, and it looks like he's a little bit free now. He is moving a little bit with all of the Sleipnirs behind him while he is at the very front. But it looks like Tomenkar's pulling back and he's getting away from all these Sleipnirs. The ones that are hold down at least can't follow and shoot him back, so he might just survive.
Yeah, we're seeing some really interesting swapping back and forth here. Aura Warcore has been able to rep up almost entirely, but the last Spartan now is sitting here in half shields. This is some questionable stuff, but then again, Tom is holding. They're moving back onto the sacrilege. This is intense stuff. People are moving in and out of this fight. There's this brawl in the middle, and the tackle freaks just kind of screening the back line, waiting for their moment to get in.
Yeah, it looks like the missiles are pounding onto the last Spartan in the Loki. He is a Loki, so they won't be doing great. But we're seeing Max, his Yitzhak in the sacrilege start to go down because his
Wow.
ADCs finally went off.
Yeah, that was so quick. It's incredible that they could kill it far easier than they could kill an Organavia. I'm not sure what's going on with this Guardian. Is he jammed?
The
Is something
best is
going on?
down. The best is going down. It looks like he just can't manage to keep everything up, even with max amount of reps going on. There's just too much damage here from the last Spartans, Lokis, and Sleipnirs.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to take out that much here, Waffles. They're bleeding a lot for it. They just haven't been able to get in and really tackle stuff down. The only thing that's tackled now are these two Lokis. Oh, and the third Loki. Dale finally gets a web on him as well. But they're too spread out to properly apply their hands to everything. They have to sacrifice either positioning or tackle, and they've
They're
chosen to
breaking the other
sacrifice
best.
both.
They're breaking the other best while holding everything down. The last Spartan is dripping into low shield, and this sacrilege is still alive. He's gone through his ADC cycle and is still alive.
Yeah, he might be tanking a little bit, but I'm not sure how long he's going to hold on for. Maybe they're just running out of heat here on the Templis
The last
CALSF
Spartan's
team.
going down.
Yeah, Lust Spartan is going down. That's going to take some webs off the field. That's going to allow Waffles to move around a bit more. One of the big advantages of this armor version of the setup is you have so many mids for scrams and webs that you can just control positioning once your opponent engages. And Waffles need to take the webs off the grid of those Lokis for that to really work out for them.
Yeah, they are burning through the second Loki now. They seem to be doing a lot more damage to it. Seeing as now they've freed up one of the Lokis, they can actually get on top of Dale Stuvart in the Loki. And Templis CALSF can't break anything.
Well, then again, some DPS starting to get applied to the Guardian here. We're going to have to watch his positioning very, very closely. Obviously, if he gets caught,
There's a
that's a
single
really
sem
dangerous point.
there's a
The
Sleipnir
Sleipnir's
free.
going for him. Killer 542 is in the back line. He's managed to rush on top of this guy.
Yeah, and you're seeing all the hordes of Logi drones fly back towards the Guardian.
He's
They're
been
trying to keep
webbed.
the
The Sleipnir has a web.
They're trying to keep the Guardian alive while the Guardian keeps the Sacrilege alive while they break this Loki.
So they traded out the burst, they waited for the positioning to just be slightly off, and then Killer 542. You don't often see these big mid-range ships make plays like that onto logistics, but here he was able to do it. And this Guardian is now in like 2/3 armor. It's going down quickly. David Penkin is taking some DPS as well, though. It looks like they're going to lose a Jackdaw for this, and Dale might go down as well just after it. But they're pulling their way back into this match, Templis.
Yeah, the Jackdaw is going down and the Loki is going down, but it's a Sleipnir and I believe one Jackdaw that's on this Guardian. So it's only one Sleipnir's worth of damage, which is why you're seeing the Guardian slowly go down. Instead of dying in a fire like you see in previous matches, you're seeing this Guardian slowly be chipped away. It's just losing a little bit, a little bit, a little bit as this Sleipnir starts to do it. As it runs out of paste and heat, it will eventually go down. But Curtis in the burst has been cornered by a Jackdaw and is down.
Yeah, it's finally over for those bursts, but those were only 2 points of investment, and it feels like it's taken minutes and minutes to kill them. And that's a great trade for Templis CALSF. It looks like they are going to be able to finish Sarah off here. It's slow work. Oh, I don't know though. Oriana is burning down at quite the speed now. It looks like all of those damnations are finally on top of them and applying.
Yeah, it looks like the Guardian finally goes down, but they've traded a Guardian for three Lokis and the two bursts.
This is amazing. It turns out if they don't bring a Robisu, Waffles are actually great at the Alliance tournament. Here they are taking on Templis handily.
Come on, my boys! I'm so excited for you. The sacrileges are slowly breaking down, but the Confessor is being shot. It looks like the Jackdaw is being soloed by a Confessor and is actually winning as Puchoko goes down. It looks like they're just spreading damage to everything, but Oracle in the Sleipnir is already in 50% shield.
Yeah, I have to say this is some really excellent execution from Waffles. They took some losses early on this match, but they didn't break composure, and they were able to control this thing and just take it home in the end. That the discipline that it takes to switch off of a Sleipnir, the first thing that you catch, and move over to a target that you haven't primaried. After you've burnt those XLASB charges, that's such a difficult call to make as an FC, but it practically won them this match.
Yeah, it looks like they're just breaking through the Sleipnir down now. They know that when the Sleipnir runs out of its final Antil charges, it's going to go down. So it's just a waiting game of how much damage they can apply over time. It is also a very important thing that they keep their small stuff alive. They pull those sacrileges when those sacrileges get low because they have the excess of control right now. Waffles are beating Templis CALSF.
I know, just resident tournament favourites almost. I think every single prediction that I've seen has them almost coast through this section of the winners bracket. And now they're going to be fighting for their life in the losers bracket not shortly after this.
And they're finishing the second Sleipnir, so there's going to be one Sleipnir left against double damnation Sacrilege Org Navy. But it looks like the Sacrilege is finally going down now. It's dipping into structure.
Yeah, we've seen some upsets before, but this would be the upset of a lifetime if Killer 542 was able to pull it out. He was the man making the dive into the back line. He was the guy who got on top of the Guardian, who gave Templis the hope of coming back, but it just wasn't enough. Here he is, dipping down, and GFs are already in local. What a
Yeah,
match, BTT.
I'm so excited. My boys, if anyone's not aware, I'm currently flying with Waffles at the moment and gave up flying on the team to come and commentate. So I'm so excited they did really well in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great. It's going to be great to see such a diverse set of teams in the finals. We've got people from all over the game. We're going to have low sec representation, wormhole representation, no sec representation, everything apart from Brysec, basically.
Yeah, and it looks like the final Sleipnir is going to be breaking down. It is boosted up through all of its shields, and it's boosted up to high shields, but it's going to run out of cap charges now and has to reload. What could have Templis CALSF done at the start to do better here?
I really don't know. I think they just needed to dive for that Guardian sooner, but the screening that Waffles were able to put out there with the Damnation and the Sacrileges, as you said, it was just really, really strong, and Templars weren't able to thread the needle through to the backlines.
Do you think trying to break that tanky Navy Augra in the start was best, or should they have gone something for like the Confessors?
I don't know. It's a hard call. It's one of those things where it's almost entirely dependent on where your opponents are. You've got to catch the mispositions with those rushes. But the only thing I'm going to be rushing to do is to order some waffles after that display. So let's head back to the desk and we'll round things out for this wonderful weekend.